here on Change Nation with the extraordinary Les Brown. Les, who encourages you? Who supports you? When you have dark days, or maybe you don't have dark days, but when you're like, wow, I need someone to pick me up.
Being dark as I am, you always have dark days. Les Brown and more black. All right, anyhow. Well, I have a group of people. I believe in OQP, only quality people. You have to have people around you that you can learn from, that you can grow from, and that people that will encourage you. And so I have some friends that tell me, Les, you can make it. You can go through this thing. You can handle this. It's very important that we give ourselves a support base and people around you that will make you stretch. I remember a quote by a gentleman out of Atlanta, and he said that you're the smartest one in your group, you need to get a new group. And that's the same thing if you're the strongest one. You've got to get some other folk that's stronger than you are in various areas, and that can help you through. So I have spiritual partners, I have social partners, I have business partners, and they are my support group that gives me a home court advantage in this place called Earth and allow me to bounce back when life knocks me down, because life catches all of us on the blind side. And so you got to have some people that you can fall back on.
Les, can you share a challenge that Les Brown goes through?
Well, the biggest challenge that I have is having friends that are very close to me, or family members that I can't reach. I mean, that is very humiliating. Because you say, oh, you all that? Well, see, could you change your sister, or see, could you change your son, all right? And it is so tough. It's very challenging. I remember a friend of mine that I was working with his sister to do an intervention to help him get off of drugs, and I'll never forget, we failed. He told us to get out of his house, and while we were going down the steps, she said, don't feel discouraged, and I said, why? She said, most people won't participate in their own rescue. And I've lost a lot of sleep, a lot of energy trying to change people that I couldn't change, and just because they're my relative or because they're my close friend didn't mean that that gave me some advantage or some special access. So it's humbling. It's I don't like to lose at all, and so there are situations in which I lost in that particular case. There are other situations where I'd like to be able to make a greater impact on a larger scale and get other people to share the vision, and being able to get people to buy in, to make the commitment rather than sit around and talk about what the possibilities are. That can throw me into a nosedive, because you can't do it by yourself. You've got to get some buy-in, and you've got to be relentless and unstoppable until you're able to organize a posse of people who share the vision. And sometimes I just feel like time is running out on me. At 65, and it's, I used to think people in their 40s were old. Now I feel like I served at the Lord's Supper. It said life is like a roll of toilet tissue. The closer you get to the end, the faster it runs out. Pray for me.
I will. I'll give you my prayers.
Yeah.
Les, what are the 5 Ps?
Well, one is purpose. You got to have a sense of purpose. You got to have a sense of why you're here and what it is you're supposed to be. The other one is persistence. Calvin Coolidge says nothing is more powerful than persistence. Other one is passion. You've got to really be passionate about it, be willing to give your all to it. A.L. Williams said, all you can do is all you can do, and all you can do is enough. But make sure you do all you can do. The other is people. You can't do it by yourself. You have to have other people that share the vision. And the final thing is perseverance. You're going to have some setbacks in life. Life's going to kick your butt. It's not personal. Don't ask the question, why me? Why not you? Who would you suggest? Would you like to give us some names? It's going to kick your butt. And so I've got a saying, when life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
And see these things. Do dreams, do achieving goals, is that what creates happiness? Like a lot of the times people are like, well, that's what's going to make me happy. What makes you happy?
Bernie Dorman said something that I think is very important. He said the happiest day of the 2 most important moments in life, the day that we're born, and the other moment is the day we realize why we're born. I think when you're in alignment or why you're here, that gives you a sense of happiness and a sense of fulfillment and a sense of joy that passeth all human understanding. Getting up in the morning, knowing the reasons you were chosen out of 400 million sperm to come here to do a work that is your assignment, to leave the world in better shape than how you found it, to bring something here that was not here before you showed up. And when you know what that is and you go after that, that to me is living life full, and it gives you a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond who you are and has impact that unravels long after you're boxed and buried.
How did you find that?
Through experimenting, you know, and when I just tried a lot of things. I used to be a disc jockey. Les Brown, LB, Triple P, there were none before me, and there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only, young and single and love to mingle. I was the man about town. I used to be a state legislator, community activist. I used to be a photographer. I've done a variety of things, and then getting into speaking and now training speakers, which is my greatest gift of helping a person to find their voice. And so through experimenting, I'm an author, so all of those things help to contribute to who Les Brown is.
Is there something that you would say to someone, no matter what, about finding their voice, about finding their truth? Or is everyone different?
I believe that everyone has a calling on their life, the fact that they're still here. And they owe it to themselves to find out what is it they're supposed to do. An experiment. I went from job to job, trying to find that which resonated with me. And everything that I've gone through, all the defeats, all the disappointments, I tell people that when you're going through some tough times, you don't want to just go through them, you want to grow through them. What is it that you learn from that? And it's going to give birth to a part of yourself that you don't know. And I think that through that persistent and that thirst and that hunger to find out that other part of yourself, that's worth the journey that you're going to go through.
Is there an issue that you care most about? Is there something that if you could
I care
dedicate...
about breast cancer. My mother was a 22-year breast cancer conqueror, so I do a lot of work in that area to raise funds for that. I care about prostate cancer, being a 14-year prostate cancer conqueror, and encourage men to get their rectal digital examination and their PSA test, and I'd be glad when they could check our prostate by looking in our ears. And you don't understand that. I care about our youth. One of the things I do with young people, help them mindset development, teach them how to become effective communicators, how to dress like a prospect and not a suspect, how to select relationships that's an asset to them rather than a liability, and success strategies for making it in a global economy. I care about autism. I'm raising funds in that particular area, helping parents know the three most important things that you must identify between a child's age of 0 and 3 before their brain fully develops. Those are the things I care about, and reducing the recidivism rate. We incarcerate more people in the United States than any place else on the planet, and I believe that we can do more than just warehouse people. We can transform them. The technology is available, the methods available. We just have not made the commitment to do that.
Les, as a final question, you mentioned parenting. What is it that parents must do, must say, must teach their kids so that they, grow up with a different set of beliefs, different way of viewing the world, different way of viewing themselves?
Well, I believe something that Betty Davis said, that as a parent, you must be comfortable with at some point in time, your kids are going to hate your guts for the decisions that you make, things that you see that they don't see, and they'll vehemently disagree with you. And that it's not about your being their friend, it's not about them liking you, but respecting you and following your guidance. But you've got to be uncomfortable with the fact that they're going to hate your guts for looking out for their best interests. And maybe you might be boxed and buried before they come to a place and say, whoa, I see what my father meant. Oh, I see what my mother meant. Because there are things my mother told me, I couldn't see it then. I was not mature enough to see it, but I see it now. And it's, I say thank you, Mama.
And I say thank you, Mama, too, for giving us who you are today. Thank you so much for being on the show, Les.
Thank you so very much. God bless the day you were born.
Oh, thank you. It's a true pleasure to cross paths with you. For more information about the extraordinary Les Brown, please visit his website at lesbrown.com. He also told me before the show started that he's doing a special program about people discovering their own voice, their power voice, why you're here, what you should be doing with your life. So I highly encourage you to check in, get more details about that. And for more inspiring, informative, exciting interviews, please be sure to check us out on the web at changenation.com. Thanks for listening.